The Battle for Moscow. Hitler proposed war against the Soviet Union while still allied with the Soviet leader Joseph Stalin in June 1940. The attack began the following year on June 22, 1941. Hitler's strategy was to carry out a blitzkrieg, or German for lightning-fast war. Operation Typhoon, the codename for the attack on Moscow, started off in ideal weather conditions on October 2, 1941. Germany was prepared with 1 million men, 1,700 tanks, 19,500 artillery guns, and 950 combat aircraft. Hitler planned to surround the Red Army with its tanks and troops within 10 weeks, then bomb the city, forcing the residents to flee or perish. To defend Moscow, Stalin had fewer than 500,000 men, less than 900 tanks, and just over 300 combat planes. The attack started well for the Germans. The Soviets found it difficult to communicate with all parts of their defenses. Infantry divisions frequently had to face tanks without air or artillery support. However, the Red Army resisted and caused a stalemate, which was able to slow the Germans down long enough for the winter to start. The delay also allowed the Soviets to send another 100,000 men, 300 tanks, and 2,000 guns. Resistance in the city was organized. Volunteers built anti-tank barriers and dug 210 kilometers of trenches around Moscow. Hitler's belief that the Red Army would be crushed quickly also meant that there had been little thought given to the Soviet winter. Few of the German soldiers in the Soviet Union had been provided with proper winter clothing. The Germans got as far forward as 18 miles from Moscow's center. The Soviets were well prepared for the cold and received a constant flow of supplies. Then, unlike the Soviets, the Germans' lack of reinforcements, not enough vehicles running properly to bring supplies, along with vehicles driving in mud, and also the sub-zero winter temperatures, the night temperatures of -20 Fahrenheit, caused the remaining German army to retreat. Hitler was furious that he had lost his best chance to capture Moscow, which he thought would cause the whole country to collapse. He fired all 27 of his generals and recovered few of his troops. Moscow was saved, and Soviet tanks were paraded through the city in celebration.
Вилась роща под горою, и вместе с ней горел закон. Нас оставалось только трое из 18 ребят, как много.